Hey audio friends, MrAyrit here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a microphone review for you slash a little bit of a comparison. This that I'm talking into right now is the Maono PM500 XLR microphone, and I'm running it through a Euphoria UM2 from Behringer for an audio interface. And Maono sent this mic to me. It's been several weeks ago, maybe 2 months ago. And I've been putting it through its paces. If you've been watching any of my channels lately, all the audio has been coming out of this microphone. So that probably tells you what I think of it right there. So we'll do a few tests in here, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my experience with the Maono, but I'm going to jump to the unboxing here first so you can see, what comes with it. And then we'll come back and talk sound. All right, so the Maono PM50 XLR, and you can see they got their little XLR to USB digital audio converter cable. Open it up here. Pretty simple packaging. A little bit of documentation. Shock mount. Pretty robust. Pretty well built. You got the capsule itself. It's metal. It's heavier than you would expect. You can see the large diaphragm in there. It's a cardioid pickup pattern, this microphone. And then you can see the little pop filter right there. Sticks right on the front. No issues with that. It does come with a pretty reasonably long XLR cable. And then a very solid base for this thing. Metal, very heavy. You can thread it right into there. And then this thing actually extends a little bit too, and so it just screws right into the base. And like I said, there is a set there that you can extend it up a few inches as well. And then you can also see, I don't know how well you can see that adapter there, but it's got several different widths of threads on it, which is kind of cool. You can see the stand, it just screws together. Very simple. Got a few little locking, mechanisms so you can kind of get it angled the way you want it. The capsule threads in to the top here, and then what's cool is it's got, a spinning kind of nut down at the bottom, so you can tighten it either way, but this allows you to get it, positioned just exactly how you want it. Snap the pop guard on there. It just kind of clips on. And that's it. That's the setup. It's a nice little compact setup. Again, you got a good amount of adjustability for what it is. Very secure, very heavy. I haven't had any problems with it sitting on my desk because I've been using it. Now the USB cable, this thing again, it's good length. This is just so you can use this XLR mic and you can just plug it in to USB. There's really not a lot to it. So you can see it's just got a little on-off switch on it that you can toggle on and off. I just left it on all the time when I was using it. And that is pretty much all she wrote for this setup. Okay, so it's set up, it's easy, there's not a lot to it. What we'll do here, I really like the sound of this microphone, okay, number one. I was using a Beyerdynamic Fox mic for quite a while. If you go, I'll link to an older video where I was using that. I'll jump back and forth between these here a little bit, and you can kind of hear the difference for yourself. And then we'll test out the little cable that came with this and kind of compare that to the UM2 as well. But I mean, just quick. My impressions of the sound of this microphone is it's very detailed. It gives a nice body, sounds very natural. It doesn't pick up nasty little noises in the room or anything like that. So my room here, I mean, I got a few little blankets on the wall and things like that, but it's not really super special treated. But I think it does a really nice job of just getting what I want it to get. So been really impressed with it. I think it's going to be my main mic from here on out, right? So a couple of questions though would be, it's $150 plus if you get the UM2, that's another $40. So you're talking about an almost $200 mic setup. How does it compare to the Beyerdynamic Fox mic, which is just a USB, and then how does it compare to the Shure SM58 if we hook it up the same way? Because this was another mic that I was interested in after I saw DSLR video shooter or video, I can't remember what the name of his channel is. I'll link it down below. He takes one of these and makes it into like a Shure, like he 3D prints it so it's like the other Shure, you know, super popular like podcast microphone. So we'll compare it to that too and see what we think the audio sound is like here. So let me jump to the Fox mic here first. I'm gonna set it up here. I'm gonna pull it a little bit closer. We're gonna be about 12 inches from both of these. Okay, so audio right now through the Maono. Okay, so we've switched over now to the Beyerdynamic Fox mic. Again, this is a USB microphone, so it's not quite an apples to apples comparison, but this is what I was coming from. So I wanted you to hear that, and like I said, I'll link to some of my older videos where I was using this as a main microphone so you can get a larger sample if you'd like from the Beyerdynamic Fox microphone here. So I think it's good. I just don't think it's as rich and full. It sounded just a little bit thinner to me than the Maono. So ultimately for me, I preferred the Maono to the Fox mic that I'm talking through right now. So this is just so you could hear what I'm coming from. I'm not going to do a full review of the Fox mic. It's good. It does fine. It's got nice little controls so you can monitor and things like that through it. So it's great for what it is. But I prefer the Maono myself. So let's jump back to that one now. Okay, so I just wanted to come back to the Maono here again, just to give you another quick sample before I switch over to the Shure microphone, right? So the Shure microphone looks like this, SM85, retails for around $100, so it's a little bit cheaper than the Maono here. And there's so many of these out there too that you can probably get a used one for, you know, maybe 60, 70, 80 bucks. This is just a generic windscreen that I'm going to put on it. And I'm just going to end up holding this one because I don't want to take the time to get a new mount set up. But I will hold it just the same distance here as I've got the Maono. And, you know, again, you can judge for yourself which one you prefer. Okay, so I've switched over. I'm using the Shure SM58 right now. It's pretty much the same distance away that I've had the Maono. Again, I'm just holding it to make it a little bit easier on me doing this comparison. Now, when I was reviewing and listening to audio long before I made this video, I thought they sounded pretty similar, but I remember liking the Maono better. So it'll be interesting. I'll listen to this stuff again, and then we'll come back for conclusions after listening to this. So again, this has been the Shure, and again, about 12 inches from my face. You know, one thing we could do is get a little bit closer here, because I know a lot of people like to use these mics as like podcast mics, in which case maybe you'd get like right up close. So let's switch back and I'll do the Maono close, and then we'll do some final thoughts after I've had a chance to listen to some of this stuff. Okay, so here's the Maono. If we get in nice and close to it, again, I'm still recording through the UM2 here. And in general, I've been pretty happy with the UM2. I'm not going to do a separate review for that. It works fine. Sometimes I wish I could get it just like a little bit louder without it clipping. But, you know, as far as most of the time, it's been pretty good for me here. I will, however, switch over real fast to Maono's like little USB to XLR cable, which is what I was initially using before I bought the Behringer, but I just wanted a little more flexibility, and I wanted to be able to see the clipping, which is the main reason why I got the UM2. So here's that other cable though, just so you have something to compare to. Okay, so lastly, here's the Maono through that little cable. You know, it's a very simple, just little USB cable with an on-off switch in the middle of it. Allows you to use XLR mics. I did try this cable with the Shure, just so you know, and that did not work. Like, it didn't work quite right. So I don't know if this is something just for the Maono or if it's something that will work in general. But again, because Maono sent it to me with this microphone, I thought it'd be worth throwing in a little bit of that sample quality as well. Okay, so we're back on the Maono here. I've had a chance to review the audio of it with my very nice headphone setup here that I've got going on. These are the Meze Elite, by the way. Very nice headphones. Look for that review here in the near future. So here's what I wanted to say. Before we get to that, let me just show you a quick trick with the Behringer UM2 if you're having trouble. Like if you use this and you want to set an audio device like this to 2-channel on a Mac. I just want to show you how to do that real quick because this was something that I had to mess with and figure out. So I'm just going to show you my screen real fast. Okay, so what you're going to need to do is you need to get into your MIDI setup here on your Mac, and then you find the device. It's called USB Audio Codec 2, and in that, what you want to do is you want to change it from 2-channel to 1-channel, okay? And what happens here when you do this is if you have it in 2-channel mode, the Behringer UM2, it'll do left channel is like microphone audio for your XLR, and then the right channel is for the other 1/4-inch plug. So that could be useful for you, but for me, I just wanted stereo audio coming out of this thing. So that's how you get around that little thing, if you're wondering about that. Okay, so final thoughts on audio quality. Well, I think for me, the Maono is the winner. You know, I think that the Beyerdynamic for a USB mic, it sounds really good. I can totally recommend that. If you're looking for a budget option, I'll link to my other Maono mic review, USB mic review for like their $25 microphone, which I think is a great budget entry. The Shure, I think sounds okay, but I don't feel like it's any better than the Maono, and I just kind of like the form factor of the Maono better. And now that I know that I'm going to use this for my main mic, I'm probably going to switch to some type of an arm or something, like I had my Fox mic up here, just to get it kind of out of my way a little bit more. But I've just been using it sitting on my desk. It comes with like the nice chunky stand and things like that, and I've just been thoroughly happy with the audio quality that I'm getting out of this microphone. So I think Maono's got another winner. Again, this one's a little more expensive, but I think ultimately, I feel like it's maybe not the best value option, but it's certainly a quality sound, and it seems to be a well-made product. So it is my new mic from this point going forward. We'll see if something ever comes along to displace it. The Shure, I'm just going to go ahead and sell. I don't think it's going to be up my alley. So as always, thanks for joining me. You know, sound off in the comments. Which sound did you think, which microphone did you think sounded better? Do you agree with me? Disagree? Where do you land on USB mics versus XLR and all this stuff? So thanks again to Maono for sending out this. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you in the next one.